Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another speed build video. I hope you're having an amazing day wherever you are in the world. So today we're going to be doing something that I've never actually tried before, and we're going to be doing a base game only speed build. So this house does not require any stuff packs, any game packs, any expansion packs. It is base game only, and when I say I've never tried this before, that is honest. I have never done a base game house before, so this was definitely a challenge for me, but it was also a lot of fun. So I will be doing this again because it definitely forced me in a very, very good way to use items and design a house that I wouldn't normally do, which is awesome. So let's have a chat. I've woken up at 7:30 this morning to record this voiceover because I feel like it's really the only time that I get the house really quiet so that I can actually do this, because usually my two dogs are running around and making a lot of noise. There is a video where you can hear them in the background because I didn't actually realise that you could hear them and I forgot to edit them out, so I apologise for that. So instead of editing it out, I thought if I sneak downstairs at a decent time, grab a cup of coffee, I'll be able to actually do this in one go and not worry about them running around. And oh my goodness, does anyone else have loud, noisy dogs? I mean, it's sweet really, because it means they're really happy, but oh my god, when you just want to do a voiceover, it's the most frustrating thing in the world. So back to the house. Like I said before, I really enjoyed doing this. I mean, I've done suburban houses before, but I feel like this is it's a very traditional suburban house. And I've never used this red and green exterior swatch before, which I actually really like. And I also really like the wraparound porch with the sort of different foundation structure underneath. I think that ended up looking quite nice. As always, I did work from a reference picture on Pinterest for this house. Again, I made small changes here and there just to make it mine, because if you are returning to the channel and you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I work from reference images when it comes to exteriors of houses, because I feel like you definitely have something to work from, and it just gives you, I don't know, just more of an idea of where you want to go with it. I'd quite like to challenge myself again and maybe not use a reference image and try and just design a house, but I don't know whether I'm ready for that yet. Although I didn't think I was ready to do a base game only house, but you guys voted for this over on Twitter. I think it won by 3%, just ahead of a tiny build. So I think I might even try and do a base game tiny build in Oasis Springs or something like that and really challenge myself. So that's the plan for maybe the next video, but we'll see how everything goes. Still working on the exterior here, just deciding which swatch to use on the porch there. I decided to add 3 sets of stairs to this. That is what the reference image had, and I thought it added just a nice bit more dimension to the property, and it obviously gives extra access as well. I definitely didn't struggle with landscaping, which I thought that was something I was going to definitely struggle with, but I found it quite easy because I think I actually realised that I use a lot of plants and trees from the base game when I'm doing my other builds, so it definitely wasn't as hard as I thought. The interior definitely challenged me. There were moments when I almost gave up, but I thought, no, push yourself, you got to do this, it's a challenge, you know, like let's see what we can do with this. So, and you guys helped me do that. If you hadn't have asked me to do this, it's not something that I would have considered. So thank you very much for doing it, and like I said, I will do it again. I will 100% do this again because it did push me in the best way to sort of work on my skills, and I'm always up for improving because there's a lot of things that I can improve on when it comes to my building. So yeah, here with the interior, I'd actually spent about 20 minutes on an original kitchen and I hated it. My husband came downstairs and I was pulling my hair out, and even he said it wasn't amazing, and I admire the honesty, and he is the sweetest man in the world, but he's very honest with me, and I took it on board and he was right. So I demolished the whole thing and I started again and then forgot to press record. It's just a good job that I remembered before I started placing furniture. So the only thing you missed was me putting the floor down and the wall swatches. That's all that was missed. So I do apologise that we jump in and it had just sort of started quite abruptly, but you know, you got the idea. I don't think you need me to sort of show you how to put down floor swatches and wall swatches. We all know how to do that. So this is definitely something I struggled with. I like to clutter up my kitchens, so, and my houses in general, but this one is a little bit more laid back, which is a good thing, because I think sometimes my builds can be over cluttered when I look back on them, but I guess some people like that. I don't know. I it definitely challenged me, and I had so much fun with this in the end. I mean, I think I was still pulling my hair out a little bit here when I was doing this kitchen, because I didn't even know what style it was. I wanted to try and go for this like rustic, homey vibe, and I wanted to go quite traditional, but then when I started building, it ended up, elements of it were quite traditional, and then like the kitchen here, I mean, I wouldn't say it's traditional, it's rustic, but I don't know what sort of style this is really, which I suppose isn't a bad thing. But like, I'd normally add blinds and I'd go over the top with the clutter, and I left the windows blank in the kitchen, which is something that I don't normally do, but in this build I did. And upon reflection, I think the living room space is a little bit small, but I do think it works within the space that I gave myself. So I'm not that mad about it, but it could have been a bit bigger. Maybe I could have pulled the house out just a square more, just to give us that bit more space. But I don't think it looks terrible. Again, not entirely sure what kind of style this is. I struggled with what to put on the walls here. My husband was stood downstairs with me at this point, and I was talking to him and talking through it with him, and he helped me choose the brick swatch that we end up having. And it's definitely not something that I'd considered, especially in such a traditional house, but it does work with the furnishings and everything like that. So it's a little bit different, and it works, I think. And then again, struggling with what colour to put here and what to put where, and you'll still notice that I use candles because I'm candle obsessed. Yeah, I think I had a conversation with someone on Instagram about that actually. They said that they were exactly the same, and their builds had lots of candles in as well, so that was good. I didn't feel so alone. Quite a big entryway into this house, which I'm not mad about, because I think when you walk into a house and you've got a larger entryway, it definitely offers, that sense of, okay, there's quite a bit of space in here. So I wasn't too upset about this. And again, because I've never used Just Base Game before, I didn't know, what kind of items I had available to just clutter it up and make it look lived in. So I am using so many items here that I have never ever used in builds before, which, again, it is a good thing because it makes you aware of them, and I'll probably use them again in another build, that maybe isn't base game, which is good. So this house has a downstairs toilet and I suppose you could call it a guest bedroom just over to the right there, because there were 2 bedrooms and a bathroom upstairs. So it's not a huge house, but I didn't want it to be huge. I feel like huge houses and or apartments, they make me nervous because I never know what to put where. And for anyone that builds them and makes them look amazing, like, fair play to you, because I'm not like that at all. And I have so much respect for. Yeah, it's definitely something that I want to get into. I also want to try and get into building and decorating community lots a bit more, because a few people have asked me if I would be willing to share a save file, and the only thing that's really stopping me is the fact that I am not very good at building and decorating community lots. But I feel like if I practice a bit, then I might be okay with it. So we'll have to see. I mean, I'm not promising anything, but I'm prepared to try anything once. And as I said at the start of the video, I think my next build may be a base game tiny house in Oasis Springs. I think that might be kind of cool. Or at least a base game house in Oasis Springs. I think that might be, yeah, I think that might be a good idea. Just, you know, trying it here. Yeah, so I struggled with the floor plan upstairs. I've spoken about this before. I struggle with floor plans in general. Just trying to work out spaces and what should go where, but we end up having a master bedroom, a main bathroom, and a children's room, so it's definitely a family house. It could be easily extended if you do want to download this and you have more Sims, and I should maybe build a bigger house too. I have a lot on my gallery. I think the most bedrooms I have on one is like 4 or 5, so if you do want to check them out, my origin ID is RachelPedd, and see if anything sort of takes your fancy. But no worries, if not, I can always build some more. Leave some ideas in the comments, because I'm always, like I say, I'm always up for doing new things, and starting YouTube has definitely helped me, you know, start to build new things, and I'm really, really grateful for that. So I got in this quite, you know, this comfort zone, and I was doing the same stuff all the time, and I was probably getting really bored with it. So yeah, I'd really appreciate it if you could drop some comments below and give me some ideas. You know, I love building apartments. I love, well, renovating apartments. Absolutely love that. I will definitely do a base game house again. Tiny houses. I have, I think, 4 container houses on my gallery. They're amazing to build. I could build another one of them. So let's see what ideas you have, and maybe I'll choose one. So this bedroom, I'm going to apologise for it, because it's definitely not my best work, but we can just we'll talk about something else while I'm doing this, because it's not something I'm proud of, I'll be honest. So I'm sorry, you might want to download this and redecorate the master bedroom there, but I won't be mad. You know, I probably would as well. I'd probably do it differently if I were to do it again. So yeah, it's just, I don't know, I think you realise how little stuff we have in the base game to like clutter areas up. But the children's room actually ended up being quite cute, or at least I think so. Again, I struggled with what sort of theme to go for, and I think I kept it quite gender neutral, which is sometimes what I like to do in my homes, because, you know, then any child can live in here and they'd probably like it. So yeah, I quite like that, and I quite like that the hallway is a little bit bigger, so that's pretty cool as well. I will have to apologise in advance for the recording in the back garden. Something happened. I think I pressed my window key by accident, and then I flicked back to the desktop, came back into the game, and then I forgot to press record again because I didn't realise that it had stopped recording. You don't miss out on much. The back garden isn't anything to write home about, but if you do download this house, it does look slightly different than it does when I stop the build. So I do apologise for that, but hopefully you'll be able to forgive me. So as I said, this children's room is definitely one of my favourite rooms in the house. I love decorating children's rooms because you can have so much fun with it, and you can overclutter them because they're supposed to be lived in. They're supposed to be a little bit messy, you know, it's a children's room, so that's probably why I really enjoy doing them. The hallway I kept really, really simple. I didn't want to go too over the top with anything, but there's a mirror, a plan, a side tables, a light, you know, just to make it look a little bit homey, you know. So yeah, hopefully you like this build. If you would like to download it, it is available to download from the gallery under my origin ID, which is RachelPedd. There's also a link in the description below for the tray files, which you can download from Sim File Share. And there are screenshots at the end of the video so that you can see a little bit more of the build in situ as well. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching and hanging out with me today and building this base game only home. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you do download it, tweet me at RachelPedd. I'd love to see screenshots from in-game. And yeah, thank you very much. Have an amazing day. I'll see you soon. Bye.